Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by the REC Toycast. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Eric Icarus.
Eric
Vasquez.
Eric Vasquez. You can find us on Instagram at REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast, and you can follow the bomb dude.
Gulag_J_Wielden. I think I might need to change that.
Man, stop. I think you should. But maybe Icarus at REC Podcast. I don't know, whatever. Icarus REC Podcast. Something that makes sense. But whatever.
In case the listeners don't know, that's been a point of contention here in the studio.
Yeah, no, they do know. They're on my side. Nobody is on your side about this, okay? Nobody is on your side. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense, and I don't want to talk about it anymore, okay? How's it going, brother?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good, dude.
Good,
yeah,
man. Good to see you.
You too, man.
I wanted to text you at about 5:30 this morning.
Yeah?
I had a thought.
Oh, yeah? What's up?
And I need you to help me.
Sure.
I need you to walk me through this.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Explain to me
Uh-huh.
how in Back to the Future, and I haven't watched Back to the Future recently.
Okay.
Explain to me the world in which the person who tried to rape you in high school is now like your servant. And I don't know, this thought woke me up, and I don't understand.
Shook you from your slumber.
Yeah, shook me from my sleep, ruined my sleep, really. I was sleeping good. And I don't understand. Now, I haven't watched Back to the Future in a little while. Within the last year, I've probably seen it once.
Right.
So Biff
Yes.
tries to sexually assault Marty's mom.
Right.
George
Yes.
stops it from happening. That's what makes her fall in love with him.
Right,
Okay?
right. Uh-huh.
So flash forward, however many years later, they got the house. Biff's washing their car and buffing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like when they wrote that, they're like, oh, this is just dessert. It's like, no, man, that guy deserves to be in jail.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was the point of it, was he's so non-threatening anymore. He's basically like a docile animal at this point.
It's like a super alpha move by George.
Yeah, totally.
You know what?
But keeping it...
Why don't you go buff out my son's truck?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, man.
It's quite bizarre.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that.
It's quite bizarre, and I'm sure people have thought about this. But
sure, yeah.
It came to me in a dream, and I
Yes,
forgot
sir.
it in another
Were
dream.
you getting attemptedly sexually assaulted by Biff in your dream?
No. Not if George can punk that guy. I'm not afraid of Biff. If George and old shaky legs can take him out through generations of tannin.
Yeah.
There's no. Let me tell you this. There's no generation of tannin that I can't whoop on.
Yeah,
Okay?
hey, man, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
Manure be damned. All right. Manure be damned. But we're not here to talk about Back
attempted
to the Future, and sexual assault and attempted rape by Biff Tannen.
Wait, we're not?
No. Was Biff's name something else?
Oh.
It was just Biff?
Yeah,
Biff as a first name?
That's what I remember, yeah.
Biff was his Christian name? He wasn't like Curtis Biff Tannen?
You're right.
All right. Fair enough. Today, we rarely say what the days are.
Yes,
Except when there's a big deal.
Breaking kayfabe.
And this, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, this doesn't come out a couple days later, too.
Sure,
It's
probably.
Just what the world is.
It is what it is.
But today is Revenge of the 5th.
Or
6th. Depending
you
on
let us
who
know
you
which one
are.
you like better.
You know what? You brought it up. I like Revenge of the 6th.
I like that one, too.
I kind of think that the 5th should be something else.
Yeah.
And that get 3 days of Star Wars.
Yeah, 3, boom.
If you're Star Wars, if you're Disney, you're all about making that money.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's 3 things you could be banking on.
Yeah,
big
you
time.
need to figure out like an Empire Strikes 5th or something like that.
Sure.
So that you can go Revenge of the 5th in a third day.
Sure, yeah.
You just release Jedi figures and Rebel figures on the 4th.
Right.
And then you release something else special, maybe play sets on the 5th.
Yeah. Then you're bad
on the
dudes.
Then it's Sith dudes.
Yeah.
And I get it. Revenge of the 5th is supposed to be Revenge of the Sith, but to your point, 6th has the S.
It's phonetically closer.
Yeah. I don't know. It's driving me nuts. But it is Revenge of the 5th today.
Yes, it is.
How was your 4th be with you nonsense?
I was completely oblivious to it.
Dude, I was too until people started posting about it.
Yeah, me too.
I realized today, I didn't not that I ever care about
Sure.
April Fools,
Yeah.
but like April Fools came and went.
Yeah. I think there was a lot going on.
There was.
I thought of doing something really awful, but then I'm like, okay, I'm too old to be doing stuff like that to my parents.
Yeah.
I used to do awful things to my parents.
Sure.
I was gonna call my mom, say I had.
Oh my gosh,
I had
that would have
COVID.
been the worst. Yeah, well, Eric's mom's a germaphobe. And
Yeah.
she would have just died. Not out of concern for her son, but that like,
Yeah.
oh, I saw you recently.
Yeah.
Gross. And guys, let me tell you, and I'm going to post this because, you know, we love to post on Instagram.
Oh sure.
I'm going to post this, though. Eric came to my house today. And guys, I'm going to say, this son of a bitch came to my house today. And I'm going to post a picture. Imagine, if you will, the film is Aliens. Okay? You know, Eric has a certain physique to him. He's
Sure.
a thin man.
Yeah.
Good-looking bomb dude, though. But his physique is that of Vasquez from Aliens. And I'm going to show you guys a picture later, and you're going to be like, who wore it better? All right? You're going to be like, who wore it better? I'm sorry, I'm completely off track. But
Oh man, but yeah,
it's visually distracting.
I pulled up. I mean, first thing I was like, if he doesn't say this to me, I'm gonna be sad. And I literally caught him coming back from the mailbox, and he's like, "Hey, you look like Vasquez."
It's
just nonchalantly, just not even a high.
No.
Nonchalant. Hey, you look like Vasquez. Walk right past me into the house.
First thing I said, he's lucky I acknowledged him, but I'll be honest. Do I appreciate the effort? Yes, it's a visual gag. It's a good bit. I like it. And I never made that connection before. And I was oddly attracted to Vasquez in the 80s, and I'm even more attracted to you now, man. All right,
Woo!
we need to get you what are those guns called?
Oh, the smart gun or
like the
mini
Gatling gun or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll get you one of those, and you're gonna tear it up.
Yep. Now I know what I'm doing for Halloween.
There you go. Oh my gosh, you should totally be Vasquez.
That's happening.
Shave it up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's happening.
Oh my gosh.
That's happening, dude.
I'll Bill Paxton it, you know?
Dude, this is happening. Oh my god.
But I guess we're not going to talk that much about that space stuff.
No, because that's good.
You know, Star Wars, baby.
Yeah, we're jumping into Star Wars.
Man, you don't sound too pleased about
You know, I'm not.
Yeah.
I've got a nostalgic feeling for the first three, the original trilogy. Just because, you know, it was something that I experienced with my dad. It was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, remember when they re-released it in the mid-90s?
Yeah.
Then, you know, my dad took me to see it. And, you know, I was young, so I'm like, yeah, these are cool.
Yeah.
I don't even hate to say it. Those movies just haven't aged well.
No, yeah. They
At all. And I don't get why people are still... I don't get the attraction.
Which is funny, because something like Alien, which came out before it, was it...
We'll say roughly 78, 77, something like that.
Star Wars is 77.
Yeah, so I think it was like a couple years after.
Yeah, it's
there.
close.
It's there.
Close.
They're probably in production at the same time.
But Alien still holds up, with the
Big
exception, with the exception of some of the visual effects. But honestly, even though that ship doesn't make any sense, it's like a big pyramid, like from Tulum, like a Mayan temple. It still looks fine. It looks just as good as Star Wars.
Yeah, it does.
But the story's more interesting.
Oh yeah, big time.
And don't get us wrong, kids. We really love. There was a dream that was Star Wars.
Yes.
And we love that dream. Expanded universe video games are still really good.
Yeah, the cartoons, the animations,
obviously
great.
all the Lego Star Wars stuff, the Force Unleashed. Like, for me, I'm a big expanded universe guy.
Oh, big time.
We've talked about it on the show.
Yeah. But it's just like their main draw is nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
I feel like the original trilogy is something that is just it's nostalgia fodder, and people I think just can't separate their emotion from it.
It's Goonies, it's Stand By Me, it's those things, but like cooler.
Sure.
You know, depending on your.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Lightsabers. I mean, for me, I think it's the sound design and the music still gets me.
It's an elegant weapon.
Yes.
You know, it's an elegant weapon.
Yes. And the music, it still hits me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Imperial March, everything. John Williams, genius.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know. It's just lost on me, man.
You know, they spent a pretty decent 20 years just like kicking Star Wars right in the beanbag, and you know we're worse for wear. But if you can give me, what's your Star Wars memory? What's that memory that you have where you're like, oh man, like this is awesome, like where you realized that Star Wars was awesome?
Okay.
It may not have been because of any particular character, but
what
was it?
Okay, it was.
Cool.
It was, and it was when Han shot Greedo.
Oh, okay.
And I've been a Han fan. I'm still a Han fan.
Oh yeah.
That was going to be like my one. You know, you talk a little bit positive about these, and then Han's my dude. Han's my dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, I was a Han fan the second he undid the blaster from his holster and shot up at him, and oh, it was so cool. Just, you know, it really got across who he was as a character.
Yes.
You know, not necessarily bad, but he's gonna do bad things.
He's a scoundrel, man.
Yeah, he's
a lovable scoundrel.
He's a nerf herder.
Yeah, yeah. You know, he's gonna, you know, 8 times out of 10 he's gonna do the right thing.
Yes.
But also those other 2 times there's some money involved.
Yeah, he's a survivalist. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, that whole oh, I hate that. Who Greedo shot first.
Yeah, that room that doesn't
not
exist
cool
to me.
If Greedo shoots first.
Yeah. Don't pencil in a little like.
Yeah, well, you know that they digitally change.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so
like
it's why would you do that?
That infuriates me more than anything else, George Lucas. That infuriates me more than Jar Jar Binks.
Me too. I'm with you
because Jar Jar Binks is intentional.
Yeah, big time. That changes his whole character to the core.
It does. It takes the sting out of him.
Big time. It takes the edginess and the cutthroat.
Yeah.
You know, because he's willing to kill you.
Yeah.
If you're in his way, he's gonna kill you. And oh man, I mean, just he's got all the cool lines, and I think that was like the first like movie character where I was like,
this guy's cool.
This guy's cool. Yeah. I want to be that.
Yeah,
you know
it wasn't like Clark Gable,
no.
lighting up a cigarette,
nope.
and talking aggressively to women.
Nope. Sarcastic.
Yeah, sarcastic. I mean, Never Tell Me the Odds is such a great Han Solo.
I love
line.
that.
What's your favorite Han Solo line?
It's that one, and then it's at the end of Empire. She goes,
"Yeah,
I love you.
Yeah.
I know."
Yeah, man, that's such a great thing, and I guess that was completely ad-libbed.
Yeah, totally was. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Han is arguably like one of the greatest. Like he's top 3 hands down, like action heroes.
Oh, big time. Yeah, absolutely.
And if you pull, especially, he's top 3 even when you think of guys like Tony Stark.
Oh yeah,
he's top 3.
There is no Tony Stark without Han.
Very true.
Seriously.
Even when you add superpowers in the equation, Han Solo's still in that talk.
Oh yeah.
You know, this is a guy who he doesn't have the Force.
Nope.
His girl kissed her brother in front of him.
Yeah.
You know, his kid murders him. Spoilers. You know, but still,
still my dude. Still love
character.
Me some Han, dude.
Yeah. Just so funny, and I mean, probably of my new favorite one is probably a line from Han Solo is, "That's not how the Force works."
Oh yeah.
Like that was so funny and such a clever modern version, like thing that Han Solo would say.
Yeah, totally. Oh, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
And I mean, even in when the Force Awakens trailer dropped, and then you hear Han Solo talking, and he's like, you know, the Force, the Jedi, all that stuff, it's real.
Yep.
And you just hearing old Han Solo saying that when you don't believe in the Force, do you, Han?
Right,
you know,
right.
Like,
yes.
You go all the way back to then.
Yep.
And then him telling a skeptical rogue stormtrooper.
Right.
You know,
because I was in your shoes.
Like all the stories you heard.
Yeah.
Like it's
real
man.
Stuff, man.
Yeah.
Stuff went down.
That she straight up kissed her brother, yo.
Yeah.
It was super weird.
Got on with that twincest, baby.
Yeah. Oh, twincest. Gross.
Hey, no chromo.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I think I used that on another podcast.
Yeah, you did.
You gotta dust that off.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let it breathe. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta see, hey, does this joke work? Can you remember it, dude? I say old friends jokes all the time to young people. They don't know. They don't know.
They don't.
Yeah, they just think I'm super funny.
Hey, man. The shoe fits.
Yeah, I'm just out there, Chandler banging it up, really stealing his groove.
Do it, man. Hey, man. Gots to. But, aside from that, and aside from Boba Fett looking like a boss, even though if you really break it down, he don't do a lot.
No.
He goes out like a punk.
Boba Fett's not in my top.
Most overrated character in the Star Wars universe. Yep. Just looks cool.
Yeah, and I feel like that they took Phasma and they were like, we're going to make you the Boba Fett of this trilogy. And like they did that. It's just it didn't work.
Yeah, right.
Like we're going to make you useless and cool looking.
Yeah. And that's it. You were totally the Fett at that point.
You're going to be Brienne of Tarth and nobody's going to know or care. Could have been Vasquez under that helmet. Nobody would know.
Right.
Nobody would know.
But, what about you? What's your favorite Star Wars memory?
I think my favorite Star Wars memory is just like, I think that the prequel trilogy was such a big deal, and we were the right age for it.
We were.
That like even when Star Wars first came out in the 70s, there wasn't like the massive lines. Like there were lines, but when Episode 1 came out, and we've talked about it on the show,
Game changer.
You couldn't turn your head.
Can't get away.
Bag of chips, soda can, soda machines, gas pumps, everything that you could think of was Star Wars.
Yep.
Everything you could think of had that stupid Vader kid.
Yep.
The stupid Anakin kid on it. And man, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I have to see this movie. Like I had seen Star Wars before then, but I didn't realize like what it was to so many people.
Right.
And going there, seeing the line wrap around our local movie theater 3-4 times.
Yeah.
Several days before.
Yeah.
And it was a mega place.
That was the first time I saw people camping out in front of a movie theater.
It saved me. And that kind of like started this like generation of campers.
Yeah.
Shout out to firstshowing.net, a website I used to write for. And they still do movie news run by my buddy Alex. And he started his website based on that. Like he hit one summer, him and his buddy, they were the first person in line for every summer preview.
Oh really? That's cool, man.
So that was kind of
a good
their
angle.
thing.
I like it.
And then the following summer, they had kind of set up this website. They'd been doing, he's the one who took me to San Diego.
Yes, yeah. No, I met him.
They set up the website, and then they set up a camp starting in like May. Yeah. And literally, it was like a shanty thing. It had a couch, a TV, had all this stuff. Had 4 walls outside of our local theater. And yeah, like there was people camping in there for showing. So they
it was like that Wall Street thing for movies.
Yeah. It was what was that called?
I can't remember it right now.
What was that term?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
No, it's gonna drive me absolutely crazy. It's
Occupy Wall Street.
Occupy, yeah. Occupy the Trade Federation. Okay. And it was interesting, and then that was like the first time that we had like new toys.
Yes.
Like new Star Wars toys. Like, I still have my Qui-Gon, my Darth Maul, my almost all my Jedi people from the Phantom Menace.
Oh, for sure.
And yeah, super cool. We got to see. It was awesome to see
an event, a phenomenon.
And it was awesome to see a bunch of Jedi, because really all we're doing is like,
that's a good point.
We have old Jedi.
Yeah.
One's a puppet.
We got the tales. Of old.
Yeah. Obi-Wan dies real quick.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I always hated Ben Kenobi. I don't get how you get there.
I know.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ben Kenobi. It was like, hey, we went through the difficulty of creating a word. Creating a character's name.
But you're talking about old Ben Kenobi.
Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Maybe Ben was his alias.
Oh yeah, well, he was still Ben Kenobi.
Like even before he went to the
no, they don't ever really call him that in the
prequels.
The prequels, but like he was Ben Kenobi. So maybe maybe he was.
Yeah.
But no,
why not change your last name?
Yeah. You think they mean Ben Kenobi?
Like Ben Kenobi?
Yeah. And yeah, no, it was
cool. It was cool to see, like you said, new Jedis. Sam Jackson as Mace Windu.
Yes.
I mean, that I was stoked on that. Purple lightsaber.
Who knew how cool that was going to be?
I know, right? You know who they wanted for that part, right?
Who did they want?
But George Lucas initially wanted Bill Cosby for that.
Shut up.
Seriously. Legit. Like, there was a point in time when George Lucas was like, I think Bill Cosby would have been good for this.
That's gross, and not just because of what he did. Like, it's just like what's the point of that? Like, I can't even. You're talking about one of the coolest guys in Hollywood
ever, hands down.
Or the pudding guy?
Yeah.
The pudding rapist? Like, I don't know. Man, there's a lot of rapey stuff in this shit.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I could see Bill Cosby digging the Jedi, though. Like, hey, this was totally consensual.
Yeah, this never happened. Jesus criminy.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
There's an awesome account on Instagram. Shout out to Kids Getting Hurt. At Kids Getting Hurt on Instagram. But their post for May the 4th be with you. It was a meme. I don't know if they made it, but it said May the 4th be with you, and it shows like Anakin's lightsaber at the Jedi Temple coming for the younglings. And I thought that was so clever.
Oh man, that part was rough too, man.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you murdered all those kids, bro.
Yeah,
a lot more child murder in
a lot of child murder
in the prequels.
Yeah, other than that, and then we get Darth Maul.
Yes.
Then we get the amazing
Qui-Gon Jinn. We get Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon's awesome.
Qui-Gon, Darth Maul, Mace Windu,
and even Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's great. Ewan McGregor was great.
Ewan McGregor's so good as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He's the only consistent. Yeah, the only consistent through that, man.
Yeah, and he ages so well with that show.
And he sounds just like actor that played him, man. And then I mean, come on. Other than that,
do you know his like uncle was like Wedge Antilles?
Yeah,
yeah, that's
crazy. Yeah, and he was roommates with Jude Law.
Ewan was?
Yeah. Oh, who are you talking about?
Just Wedge Antilles, the guy who played Wedge in the original
Oh,
trilogy.
gotcha. Yeah.
Is like his uncle or
something. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's crazy.
And then he was in, I think he was in Rise of Skywalker too.
Like,
Like when the other people come. Yeah.
Hey! I mean, there was a couple highlights, though. A lot of people hated the Yoda fight with Count Dooku.
I liked it. I didn't hate it.
I liked it.
It's just they just had a crappy body double for Count Dooku.
Yeah. You could tell.
Because every time they went to Christopher Lee, he was like...
Yeah, you could tell. Like,
and then the wide shots, him flipping around.
Yeah, like, come on, you're not even trying. I liked his... I liked how the Jedis had different style.
I did too.
Like, he had a fencing style.
Yes.
Dooku had that fencing style.
They were really trying to do cool stuff. And they just like let the green... George Lucas just let the green screen get away from him.
Yeah, let the green screen go to his head. And it just gets... I mean, there were... Yoda, cool character in there.
Yeah.
But then they cheapen the Force, though.
Yeah.
What are the Thetans? Am I saying that right?
No, you're thinking that's...
Scientology, am I?
Scientology.
Midichlorians, oh my god, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the midichlorians, not the Thetans. Thetans or whatever.
Yeah, it cheapens it.
I don't mind it. Just expound upon it. Don't just say it in one movie and then never come back to it again.
Yeah, I think they realized what they were doing. They're trying... And I get it, they're trying to maybe... bring it to a biological level, like this is in you. But I always thought the Force was something like you could tap in through like meditation and training. It wasn't something that you had to be born with. It was something that you had to aspire to.
So for me, and I'm sure I'll get flack for my... I don't mind the midichlorians. It doesn't make any sense just because there was never any mention of it before.
Right.
Because in the original trilogy, it's very much a religion.
Yeah.
It's very much...
Yep.
And it's kind of neat because there's a mystical element to
Big time, yeah.
Because people are like, I've never seen a Jedi. Oh, yeah, because they all got murdered in Order 66. So, which I liked seeing. Like, I thought that George Lucas did have some more teeth.
He did.
In the prequels than he had in the originals.
Yeah.
Granted, he didn't direct all of those originals. So,
no.
But I don't mind the midichlorians, but it doesn't work. And it doesn't work for the vast majority of Star Wars people, so I'll let it go.
Again, and to your credit, because they don't expound on it.
No.
It's there, and then boom, that's it.
So it's like, hey, take this diabetes test. It also checks if you have midichlorians. No sugar in the Jedi Council.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay?
I mean, but then we get... I feel like the Darth Vader role in the prequels were cursed, because the kid who played him was terrible.
Uh-huh.
The actor that played him, Hayden Christensen, was terrible.
Yeah.
He was awful.
Yeah.
And
I liked his look. He was a good-looking dude.
He did look
handsome.
Yeah, and he looked evil. But his delivery was bad.
Yeah, because he would have an evil look, but then what came out of his mouth was like petulant child.
Yeah, I know, he's a bratty kid.
Yeah.
I mean that's our Darth Vader.
Yeah. So you guys are trying to make this guy Darth Vader. It's like, hey, you're going to sit on the council, but you're not a master.
I know.
But you think you're a master here.
And you don't ever feel love.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand the Jedi Order at all.
They can't marry, they can't do things.
But
they're like priests.
Yeah, like in the expanded universe, so it feels like they can marry, because there are people, like there are future... my dad was a Jedi.
Yeah.
My father before.
Because in the movies they made it seem like they're not allowed to.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, you took the black or whatever. It's an interesting universe that still, after
it's still got
all of this time, there's still so much more to do. 40 years, and we still have so much. We still have so much that we can talk about. Yeah. We still haven't even had a good Star Wars movie, in my opinion.
Rogue One.
Okay, fair enough. Rogue One's really good.
But if you really think about it, not really a Star Wars movie. If you take out like the end and the beginning, it's kind of a space spy movie, which that's probably why it works.
Space heist.
Like it. But then the newer ones are all not very good, man. I was a little stoked on Force Awakens.
Yeah,
the hype was there.
Yeah, Force Awakens did a lot for me, and then upon further review, it just it feels like the original trilogy.
Yeah, the fervor was there. Then you're rewatching, they got me with the hype.
Yeah, I love Daisy Ridley. I think,
she's great.
I think that Rey is a fun character.
I like Adam Driver as Kylo.
I like him in parts, but then the petulant child.
Yeah, what is up with that?
I don't get what the do you guys think that's cool.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of mistakes made, and again, I haven't watched DeLorean.
Mandalorian. I haven't watched it either.
There's our Back to the Future tie back.
Yeah,
you haven't watched it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I heard it's good.
I heard it's great. Oh yeah, everybody says it's great.
But
Robert Rodriguez is directing an episode or two for the next season.
Okay, cool.
I like that. That's these indie guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear it's great. I hear it's great. Obviously the internet, everybody in the world has seen Baby Yoda. I don't know if it is Yoda, if it's another part of his species, because it is in the expanded universe talked about. The Yoda is the last one of his species, or he's the last one that we have contact with.
Oh, okay.
Like, we're not sure, but you tell me you're gonna do a one shot, or I would do 3. But Yoda, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Young Yoda learning the Force.
Who would not want to see that? But that's where things is. These sound so easy and awesome, but man, they just screw it up, man. It's weird because I feel like, you had Prince and Michael Jackson, then you have Star Trek and the Star Wars.
Sure.
And I feel like Star Wars is Michael Jackson, and Star Trek is Prince. Because Michael Jackson was a little more lauded over, a little more popular.
Yeah.
But at least Star Trek kept its dignity.
Like
Prince. Prince kept his dignity.
Your masters will own you, kids. Famous words from Prince. All right. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying, and I'm one of the. And actually, I don't think we're as rare anymore. But for a long time, I was one of the rare few that wasn't like I didn't draw a line in the sand. I love Star Trek. I love Star Wars.
You was in both. Yeah, definitely.
For different reasons. Like they don't. The only similarity that they share for me is the fact that stars.
Yeah. It's completely different.
Yeah,
it makes. I liked it. I liked it because I like confusing it to get people mad.
Oh, totally.
That was my thing.
Yeah.
But
I love those memes that are like, "May the Force be with you always," and it's like Spock, like holding up the thing, and it's like, "May the Force be with you always," or "May the Force be ever in your favor," and it's like Gandalf, but it's Spock there. Like I love those things that just because there are some nerds that go nuts.
Oh, dude, I'm about to say if you get their obsession wrong, you're like, "How dare you!" Like,
and I do feel like the Star Trek, they, in my experience, the majority of the Star Trek people that are like, like they got an outfit. They're all on the spectrum, man. Like those guys, they're super.
Just like Prince fans.
Just like Prince fans. Interesting. Purple Rain.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know if there's a redemption here for Star Wars.
There is. Because
they're not going to hit the highs again, man.
They're going to find it. I do believe that Disney will put the effort into right now they're making money just to make money, but at some point. That's going to fall off to an extent, and they're going to have to put a Kevin Feige in place.
Yeah, big time.
And we know that Kevin Feige is going to be
having
some part in the
he'd probably just be universe. Like hey, let's try this.
So much so that it was announced the other day that Taika Waititi will be definitely writing a screenplay, but maybe directing a new Star Wars film.
Right, which we can get on board with that.
Yeah.
Taika's an amazing writer / director.
Still haven't watched Jojo Rabbit yet, but I'm getting there.
It's good.
I'm getting there.
You like it? You like it's funny?
We keep looking for it on Redbox. It's part of the hunt right now. And we could stream it on Redbox, but we want to find it.
No, you don't want to pay that much for it.
Yeah, I want to go out there and feel like I've gone outside, but just to get a movie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you should. Tell real quick while we're on the Star Wars nonsense. I mean, the toys stuff is insanity.
Yeah,
insanity.
It is.
I mean, you could buy a house with selling what if you have like the original. I don't know
if you have the original 8. And they're in like pristine condition, which exists.
Yes,
it exists for some people.
Your homie's got that.
You're gonna be selling. You're gonna sell for 20,000-30,000 for 8 figures.
It's insane to me, man.
It is insane to everybody.
I mean, we'll just say we know a person that's got a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, I know a guy who like his collection of Star Wars stuff.
Just Star Wars.
I mean, when you go down in his basement, you're in a Star Wars museum. It's one of the most impressive collections that I've seen. Man. Can you understand the gravity of those words coming out of my mouth where we're standing? His collection is one of the most impressive collections I've ever seen.
Jeez, man.
It's beautiful. It's graded.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. He's got stuff that I only heard rumors about.
Right.
It's insane, and I would love to get into vintage Star Wars figures, but it would. I gotta fall into it.
I'm about to say it's gonna take
one. I gotta get them all.
Oh yeah, that's
you know, and I don't have that kind of money. I do not have that kind of money. I'm too old to get started into vintage Star Wars
you never
collecting.
know down the line.
You know, comes my way, cool. I'd be very down.
Boom, there you go, man.
Down. But,
you know, it's just again, it's still a phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a dying phenomenon. It's a dying star. It's not burning as bright as it used to.
They really needed to hit it out of the park with new fans on this new series, and I think they got some kids though. I think that they got the kids.
Yeah.
Who? Because man, my daughter loves Rey.
Okay. Yeah. She does. Yeah.
She's 5 years old, and she loves Rey.
Yeah.
So maybe like the people who were kids, maybe it doesn't work for adults anymore, but maybe that magic from '77 was there again. I think it's possible.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Not to the effect because now everything is such a big deal. Tiger King is a big deal. Oh, speaking of which, side note, did you see that Nicolas Cage is going to be playing that guy in like an 8 or 10? Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I'm watching that.
Well, I might watch that.
Perfect casting.
Tiger King. Yeah,
that's perfect casting.
I love it. I love how crazy Nicolas Cage is, and it stinks because man, I would love to meet Nicolas Cage, but I don't know. I don't know if you meet Nicolas Cage and don't have to fight Nicolas Cage.
I think me and him would vibe.
Yeah. Man, I would love to, man. I would love to.
I'd love to hang out with him for a minute.
Yeah, man. You know, the guy's got a lot of crap movies, but god dang it.
No, he's a cool dude.
So many. Well, I don't know.
He's fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating.
He might be a real deal eccentric.
Yeah.
And he loves comics.
He loves them.
He loves comics. I don't know if he still has.
Oh, he sold that.
I don't know if he does, man. He had to sell them a couple times. I know he had bought Action Comics multiple times.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know if he's back in there. There was a collection unearthed this guy is selling, and it's like every Action comic and every detective. It's this massive warehouse collection. They're trying to figure out a way. It was a big deal. It was like how like bad things were happening in the world, but people were just focusing on Corona. This big collection came out. I wish I had more details. Maybe on the next show I'll get some details.
Totally. I'm fascinated.
But yeah, there's a company going through it right now. But apparently it's like every Action comic and every detective from like 1 through like the high 3, 4, 5, 600s.
God.
You know, like it's some crazy like thing through like the 90s or 2000s. I mean, if it's everything that I mean, it could be close to a $500 million collection.
That's insane.
Something like something crazy like that.
Insanity.
I don't know all the numbers off the top of my head, but if it's a huge golden age collection to modern times,
it makes sense.
It would be
bananas.
Bananas.
God.
Yeah. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna own an Action Comics #1 unless I find it.
Unless we,
the further we get away from 38, the harder that gets.
Yeah, sure.
Jesus, I mean, we're closer to 100 years. We're 18 years away from Action Comics #1 being a 100-year-old comic book.
That's insane.
Can you imagine owning a 100-year-old comic book? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, this conversation
that puts things into perspective.
Took yet another left or right turn, whatever you're feeling.
Hey man, you got to let the force guide you. Man.
Dude, it did. It guided me here. Yeah. Eric pulled down his Vasquez bandana and tightened up his Vasquez thong to gesture at me with a lightsaber.
I'm training.
The sound, the smell of being in line with these sweaty nerds, the energy, the anticipation, the collectibles, all of these things really just make Star Wars stand out from everything else. Because no other thing, Marvel is the next closest thing, but no other science fiction thing, like Star Trek doesn't even come close to merchandising.
Nope.
Nobody merchandises like Star Wars.
Nope.
And I think that a toy cast, we're gonna probably have to start talking about some Star Wars.
I think we're gonna have to, man.
Sooner than later.
I think so.
Maybe I'll talk to my friend. Maybe he'll let us come look at his collection.
Oh, that'd be so cool,
dude. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
That would be really awesome.
That'd be really cool, man.
Well, kids, that is our show for today. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Leave us a like. Leave us a comment. What's your favorite Star Wars memory? What's your first Star Wars memory? What's your least favorite Star? And you can't choose Jar Jar.
Yeah, no Jar Jar.
No Jar Jar. We understand.
No Jar Jar. No sand.
Did you ever see that weird theory that Jar Jar was a Sith?
Yeah, I love it. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's so cool.
If you show me The Rise of Skywalker and the dude in the cloak is Jar Jar
I would you got me. Yeah. You got me.
Like, all right, guys. And then they start a new trilogy. Like, Jar Jar makes it out of Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Whoa,
how cool would I've been okay with it.
Dude, look on YouTube. There's some amazing
some documentaries on there,
of the the Darth Jar Jar
Yep.
theory. If
Darth
you guys don't,
Sith.
I'll give you a quick. You can kind of see where we're going. But there's a fan theory that Jar Jar Binks was a Sith.
Yep, he was the one pulling the strings.
Yes, that he or at least Palpatine's henchman or something.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some interesting YouTube videos to support this. I
Big
don't
time.
know everything out of there, but I do know that it does exist.
I think they were trying to make him. That was going to be the reveal.
Yeah.
Was that he wasn't? He was like he was a mole.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was going to be the reveal, but then everyone hated him.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh yeah, we can't."
I think you redeem him.
You're big time.
If you just like that villain in plain sight.
Yep.
The Saw
Because you
moment.
would have got all of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
all
Totally.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Palpatine pulls off his rubber mask and he's Jar Jar Binks and.
Misa, get you.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Like it would have been crazy. Eric, do you have any final thoughts for us today?
You know, I think I want Darth Kaz.
Darth Kaz. Oh, I think we've got that. That fall from the light side.
Even the Emperor's looking at him, shaking his head like, "Oh
Whoa,
man,
dude, not
whoa
cool.
man, we don't do that."
Not cool, man. Like I taught you the Force. I didn't give you these pills. Jesus Christ. Kids, thank you so much for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
I'm still Erik and Roman.
And we will catch you on the next podcast.